Welcome back to the Online Forever podcast. I'm Sydney Summers, and I'm rocking the turt today.
I am OJ Stellar, and I am being rained on. Turns out the roof is it's more of a concept of a roof, and it is raining here in Los Angeles. We have a lot to talk about today.
You know what we do.
Yeah.
And boy, do we love to talk. And boy, is this a great podcast.
It really is. The haters are saying we fell off.
Yeah.
Which...
And?
Are you sure you want to post that? It's gonna be online forever.
We're bringing the themes yet again today and indefinitely. And today, the theme is college.
College. Turns out our fan base, most did not go higher education route.
Or at least they were the most vocal ones.
They were like, how dare you make me feel bad for not going to college? Or like, that's not what's happening.
Right. And listen, like, I only went because it was free. A slight humble brag.
It was free?
It was free.
How? Yeah.
In Arkansas, it doesn't take much for them to beg you to say.
Are you guys the worst? Or no, Louisiana.
You're thinking Mississippi, sweetie.
Oh. Got all the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. You
know,
know
but
okay, I can say the same thing about the Northeast.
So true. Okay, but Arkansas is the smart of the South.
The smart of the South? No one has ever said that before. No, basically there's so few people there, and such a tiny, sad, lagging economy there that if you're smart at all, they will throw money at you to make you stay.
Wow.
Basically. So that's what happened for me.
Wow. So you went free.
I went free. I got all my food paid for. Yeah. I was eating good, bro.
What the hell? That's crazy. Okay. I didn't have the same experience. Were your parents like, telling you could do anything that you put your mind to?
They were saying that with their words, but then they were kind of undermining that in many ways with their actions, specifically my father anyway.
My parents were not. My mom was like, just like be an artist or something. And my dad was like, be a massage therapist. And I said, that's weird.
What?
No dad has ever tried to like push their daughter to.
Sweetie, just give handjobs under the table.
Literally.
Hey y'all, sorry to interrupt, but if you want to be a forever and ever and ever and ever, give us a little like, give us a comment. We read them all, and we would love for you to subscribe, whatever platform you're on. It really helps us do well. Give us a rating, turn your notification bell on. You know the drill, honey.
Even to this day, he's like, you could always be a life coach. I'm like, can you? No one is going to get that service from me, Dad, but thank you.
They're like, sweetie, you could be a podcaster.
I know, literally.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, but now they're like, wait, not like that. No, but yeah, so I was like, I don't think I'm going to go to college. They're like, thank God, and we didn't really think you were going to go anyway.
Okay.
But I was like, I'll throw my hat in the ring, okay? I'll just apply to the university.
Little Hail Mary.
And if I get in, I'll go. If I don't, I'll do what I ended up doing anyway. But so yeah, I got in, and then I went.
Wow. What was it like when you got your acceptance letter?
I was like, oh, well, it's like I was expecting, it was like in my head 50-50, but honestly, I had good grades from high school. It's like obvious I was gonna get in.
I applied to like some like really cool schools that I really wanted to go to. Alice State, didn't get into any of them. Literally none.
I didn't experience any rejection.
I got a lot of rejection. I got no money to go anywhere else. So I was like, damn, I thought I was the and I have been humbled. So
wow.
I went basically down the road.
Yeah, same. So your school is pretty gay.
Oh yeah, I was a raging homosexual when I was at that school. For sure. I crossed fully into the LGBT community.
I didn't cross until later on in college.
Yeah, mine was a junior year situation.
Yeah, it was like senior is when I really crossed. But starting out, I was pretty damn straight, meaning I was a complete nightmare. And I'm going to say that up top. Not my proudest moments. Honestly, like some of my most shameful memories of all time. I was known as the threesome girl, okay, on the on the 8th floor of like the party dorm freshman year. So top floor.
Okay.
And yeah, I was like known for that, which is kind of annoying because it was never a full completion threesome. I was always just like skipping past the D to get to the P in these threesomes because I wanted to hook up with girls, but I didn't want to be gay about it. So I did it in threesomes.
I literally hate when I hook up with a girl, but I'm gay about it.
I've actually grown to really love that, but it was definitely like so hard for me to do for so long. Yeah. And then, yeah, you know, became fully gay later.
In the community.
I was in the community later on, hardcore.
No immunity to the community. Straight impunity. Anyway.
Oh.
Wow. Guys, why the hell do I have such bars? I'm really not
You and my
tapping
mom,
in.
some of the best freestylers
Dude,
I've ever met.
I would love to call your mom up for a
Bro, bar for bar.
little FS sometime, a little cipher with your mom.
Oh my God. She would love that. What's the time? Getting close to the time that we go on tour, you guys, okay? Live podcast tour. It's going to be so crazy and borderline illegal. So get your tickets. The link is in the bio. We're going to 4 different cities in the Pacific Northwest. So we hope to see you freaks there.
But yeah, we got some user. You guys aren't using us. We got some listener submissions. Some submissions about college that we'll get into momentarily. But should we delve into other waters?
Are we talking the segmented?
The worms.
The worms.
We can segment. We can get into a little Grammy.
Oh yeah, we
slandy.
get a little current, and then we go to the worm town, and then we go to Submissionville. Oh.
Right. Yeah, we're on. That's the map. The map of the day.
The map of the
And may I say, I'm looking rather Miss Frizzly today.
Vibes, you look so gorgeous. Now we both have fresh cuts.
Oh my God, we didn't even.
I know. How dare you not talk about the floof in the room?
You know what? It's growing on me, pun intended. It was a little bit of a hard transition. I feel like
I know. You were like, I hate it, and I said, are you blind? It looks so good.
Oh my God.
It rained down upon me.
She got that drip. Is that a STD slang?
She got the drip. She got the drip. Don't go near. She got the drip.
So speaking of STDs, we're getting tested after this for the first time in redacted.
Well, it feels like a long time because we used to get tested every 2 weeks for years.
That's so insane.
I literally, my vein had built so much scar tissue that they couldn't go into it anymore from getting tested so often.
You couldn't even do heroin anymore.
I know, it was so disappointing.
Frustrating.
But yeah, I'm excited.
I am too.
I'm excited to get the results and then, you know, go to the ball game.
Yeah, we're going to a little SEX party.
We're going to an SEX party. I feel like it's like my first.
I feel like it's going to be my first good one because I've been to like basically 2 prior and they were both pretty underwhelming or even bad experiences. I went to an SEX party where the host was like honestly pretty coercive and it was really weird. He was like this gay man who was like, exactly.
Yeah.
He was overseeing the whole, you know, whatever was happening. And he like, I was like, I kind of just want to watch. Like, I had never been to one before. The energy there was pretty aggressive. I was there like as a girl, basically on my own. I was there with a couple other girlfriends, but I had no man protecting me there, which you kind of need at a sex party. I feel like that's my preference anyway, or after this experience it is. But yeah, the host was basically like, suck this guy's dick. I was like,
why don't you suck the guy's
yeah, if you want to so bad. But yeah, and then I was sucking this one guy's and he was like, what if this other guy put his in your mouth? And I was like, okay, I guess. And it was like kind of cool, kind of not.
Right.
And then at one point, one of the guys whose was in my mouth, we were having sex. And then this other like creepy dude who I kind of knew through friends, definitely did not want to have any sexual contact with, came up to me and like put his hand on my shoulder and was like trying to talk to me while I was having sex with someone else. And I was like, please, no.
Was it on topic?
It was him being like, I want you so bad. And I was like, this is so confusing. Please.
With the hand on the shoulder.
While I'm having coitus. So that's what we want not to happen at this upcoming
Ew,
one.
I would hate that. I would leave.
I think it was
If
like
there's a gay man telling me what to do with penises, I'm gone. There are times to be homophobic, and this is one of them for me. I hate
yeah,
that.
that was not a fun time for me. So I'm really excited to reclaim it at this
Mm.
upcoming one and be worshipped and be selective and also have better boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah. The only I don't know. The closest thing I've done to an SEX party was oh my god, what is the name of this place? I don't remember, but I did.
In Florida?
Yeah, I did win Sexiest Legs.
Wow, agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay, thank you. I mean, honestly, everyone had sexier legs than me, but I went so ham on the performance that they had to give it to me.
What'd you do?
Oh, I was wearing a white dress, no panties, in pleasers, climbed the whole pole, like went down into a split, full pussy out. And everyone
They're
else,
like, nicest legs.
nicest lips. I won $200.
Oh my god.
I know.
One for each leg.
I know.
Wow.
And I didn't know that this place had a little back room. Okay. And then I decided I just won Sexiest Legs. This is my time to experience it. And I was with an ex of mine, and we were open. And when I say that, like, he was open. And we went to the back. They immediately give you like a robe to change into. They say strip down. I said, okay. This is Florida. And so I put on the robe and I go to the back. The whole ceiling was a mirror. So I look up. Mirror. Okay, everyone does say that word differently. Mirror. Or as my mom says, mirror.
A mirror.
A mirror. How did I say it? It was weird.
Mirror.
Mirror.
I was like, is she stroking out?
The mirror on the ceiling. I looked up and like all the people fucking, it just looked like a bunch of maggots. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. And then I was getting into it because I knew that the guy I was with was going to start whoring out. So I was like, all right, I got to like, you know, get into this. Even though all the guys there were like pretty pervy, like Catch a Predator vibe.
Yeah.
But I can get into that. So I was like,
especially
okay.
when in Florida.
I know. And I just won. So I was like, let's go. And okay, so all like these like men just started like swarming me and just like touching my leg and stuff. And I was like, whoa, this is like so creepy. This is like hitting a couple of my kinks. You know?
I love when there's more than one at a time.
Yeah. And
danger.
And I was like just being like, hey, like no, but maybe, but no, but ew, but what? And he comes up to me, he's like, we need to go.
Oh.
Like, what? And then he got like mad at me. Like he was like, this is so uncomfortable for me. You have no idea. I was like, do you know how many times?
Babe, you're being such a slut right now.
I was like,
I literally can't believe I brought you here and you're acting like this.
that I feel like that actually happened twice. Trapeze. It's called Trapeze. It is in Fort Lauderdale though.
Fort Lauderdale.
What is happening? I was in the mirror house in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh my god.
So this one is gonna
reclamation.
Yeah, this one's gonna solve all of our
And-
problems.
Exactly. And just a little tea. I feel like I have a little bit of a will they won't they thing going on with the guy who is low-key taking us
yes.
to the party.
I've never seen you hug anyone so long. I'm so jealous of how long you hug him, honestly. And that's
hugs for days.
yeah.
Hugs for days, twiddling my hair.
You know, he's sexy.
He's so sexy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm out of my like whatever the hell period. Last year was just so strange.
Last year was just there was a lot. There was a lot.
There was so much. Like I feel like the first half of last year we were like really trying to figure out how to interview comedians on this podcast.
And then we said, wait, actually isn't that much fun.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Besides all the girls that were on here.
Prove us wrong, please.
Please.
And then the second half of the year I was like a nun, which I love for myself, but I'm not. Thankfully I'm no longer there and I'm back to having fun. Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah. We both were just very, dare I say, non-sexual, non-creative there for a minute. And I feel like we had to take some time away.
It's like so freaky re-entering the creative flow right now and just being like, wow, I'm actually doing the creative flow with my whole life at this point. And like, that's what I'm opening up to. And just like the self-doubt that comes in is so interesting. And I'm just like, literally like block it out, keep going, stay in the body,
Yeah.
and just keep grinding and making stuff. And I'm getting used to it, and it's feeling good.
Yeah. It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard to switch gears.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
And it is so very different from, the life path that everyone was encouraging me to go to college for. Anyway.
Ooh. Okay. That was smooth.
But-
That was smooth. I always feel like the largest person on the planet whenever I'm wearing a bra. Do you understand what I'm saying?
100%.
Is this being recorded? Because this is important. I feel like I weigh about 8,000 pounds as soon as I have a wire on me.
I get that feeling when I have anything in like the front pocket of a hoodie.
Oh!
That is the ugliest you can be, when you just have a phone like flopping around like a dingling in your frocket on your hoodie.
Frocket. Frocket! Oh. Yeah, no. Wearing a bra makes me feel like an actual...
Balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm doing it for you guys. I probably didn't have to wear one with this shirt, honestly. But I said full throttle.
Full throttle.
It's getting dolly.
Did you wear this because you were goth in college? Was that your inspiration?
No, not at all. It was just raining today.
It was the vibe.
It was the vibe. And I'm either like super colorful or I'm wearing all black.
Cloudy. I love all black. I really do. Yeah, we were on the same wavelength today.
I know.
Makes sense.
We usually, I mean,
We're entangled. What are you gonna
Mm-hmm.
do? Somebody told me that we were codependent the other day. I've been thinking about that because I
told
was
you
like,
that?
I got a tarot reading.
oh
and
no, not a psychic stranger.
a psychic.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, tell me about me and OJ's relationship. And because I was like asking about career stuff. And she first pulled the lover's card. And I was like, okay. And she was like,
Oh.
codependence. And I was like, now that is interesting. But we should get into codependence in another episode. Because like I feel like it has a very negative connotation, but that is not necessarily, it's not necessarily negative. And there's many definitions of it and many ways that it manifests in your life.
Was the lovers upside down?
No.
Then that's a crazy jump from lovers to codependence.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Her
is
own
that, like,
personal flavor.
So, okay, that's
the
fair, but
reading.
also she was saying like, and we agreed, like codependence doesn't mean like something negative necessarily. It just means that you're like depending on well,
And I'm not even like disagreeing with the fact that we may be codependent. I think that we're dependent on each other in some ways. And we both are. So yeah, that's the definition of codependent.
and
I
anyway,
remember a therapist told, like, I was like, I don't want to feel dependent on anybody. Like, I want to be completely independent, whatever. I don't want to be codependent on anybody. And she was like, okay, well, chill out because, like, that's impossible. And it's actually, like, healthy to rely on people and have them rely on you and have that be an equal thing and whatever. And I was like, whoa.
should we do a confession?
Oh, okay. Christ has died. Christ has risen. Christ will come once again.
Wow, I need to work on that. You did great, babe.
Thank you. Okay, so you're gonna confess.
No, you.
You brought it up, which means you had one ready.
Oh, you don't have one.
What's this? So you gather. Oh, rock, paper, scissors. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot!
I always go scissors.
And I finally remembered that.
So that means that I'm confessing something from college.
Ooh.
Because, girl, where do I begin?
Oh my God, confessing something from college. Okay, I love that.
I'll tell the cop story. This really isn't that much of a confession, but it is because it is embarrassing. I was peeing. I was standing on a car peeing while videotaping myself with my BlackBerry. And, you know, I didn't realize this, but there were like 3 cops right next to me. And they walk over, not even quickly, you know? They're just like, where do we begin? Like, you're doing like 4 different illegal things right now. And I was like, get pigs. Like, I started like completely barking back at them, thinking that I was so smart. And they were like, all right, well, you know, we're going to need your ID. And I was like, not a problem. I gave them my fake ID. That was like a New Jersey ID. And that's a really hard one to fake. They were just like, okay, well, that's a fake ID. And I was like, how do you know? You don't even have a scanner with you. Like, I don't even know what I was saying. I was just like being so annoying. And they were like, all right, well, we should really arrest you and you should be in the drunk tank for the night and whatever. But I could tell they just didn't want to deal with me at all or be around me for any longer of time. So they were like, just walk home. And then I walked home. I didn't. I just like went into the party that was right there.
Wow.
That's my confession.
Cops love you. That's what I'm hearing.
I mean, obviously that story wouldn't go the same if I was
no, you'd be dead.
Right. Okay, you have to confess.
My school had lots of like themes, traditions, shit like that. And there was this one called Ghost Roast, which is basically just like a Halloween party. And I went as Lil Wayne on the Prairie.
Did you use a lot of bronzer?
No. Thankfully, the skin tone remained the same. I did put a lot of tiny braids in my hair.
Oh, okay.
So not too egregious.
Yeah, I mean,
I wore a lot of braids and a bandana, and then I wore like a prairie dress and like prairie. Lil Wayne on the Prairie. Do you get it?
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess that's my confession.
Okay. Yeah.
And that wasn't the one I had planned, but
what's the one that you had planned?
Mostly that I violently shit my pants last week. Just took a big old crap.
When I hear the term crap, I'm picturing like a loose log. And I'm so sorry.
I was actually, I would say half, probably.
Half crap?
Half crap! And I felt it come out like a tube of toothpaste, and I was like, oh!
How did that happen?
And
were you upstairs?
I was upstairs, okay. And I'll get into how it happened, but I stood up, immediately took my pants off, because I was like, oh, like, I don't want to be in these. And then it, fell, like, the crap fell
on the ground.
From my ass. So there was a lot, and I was like kind of alarmed because I'm just like, what's going on? And I've been having a lot of like medical fears lately, to be quite honest.
Oh my god, same.
I'm like really freaking out about one of my teeth, but yeah, I heard from our friend Kathy the next day, who we had been eating Thai food with, and she said, hey, how's your stomach been? And I said, well, don't be jealous, but I fully crapped my pants yesterday. And she was like, I am not jealous because I was peeing out of my ass as well. And I think it was from the Thai.
The medical fears is real. I actually talked about that in hypnotherapy the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
It's hitting me.
Yeah.
I almost didn't pay for my health insurance again this month, but then I decided to do it because like this acupuncturist told me that something's wrong with my gallbladder, and then I was like, what is that? And I was like reading about it, and I was like, oh my god, what if I have to have surgery? And then like one of my gums is like literally disintegrating. I don't want anyone to spiral with us, but
yeah, don't spiral. You guys are all healthy.
I'm thinking about getting like I want like a sedation dentist procedure. Have you heard of that? They like put you under.
No, I don't. I have a lot with teeth stuff.
I do too. That's why I need to be out. And then on that note, can we transition to what's your fantasy? Because
okay, wait, I know what you're gonna say.
Do you?
I literally do.
Yeah. What was your fantasy?
Are you about to say some like propofol fantasy?
Is that like when you're put to sleep and then things are happening to you?
Yeah. But like they think they gave me a full dose.
Whoa.
But that's
only extra messed up.
But they didn't, and I'm pretending like I did get the full dose.
Oh my god. See, I'm seeing myself with they have like I don't know what the medical tool is, but like, my mouth is like gaped. Yeah, the clamp looking thing.
Oh, okay. So you're going dentist with it.
Well, because I've been having this like I need to get sedation dentistry thing going on, and I think I'm like sexualizing it so that I'm like less terrified of it.
The women's way.
And I watched some PORN yesterday, and I found something new that I really like. It's called cock warming.
Cock warming.
See, I was looking for face fucking.
Okay.
And I stumbled onto cock warming, which is like face fucking.
But it's soft.
Yeah, it's like if it was nonviolent. If it was choosing peace. And basically, okay, so I'm gonna describe the video to you. It's like
I feel it. It's just chilling.
Yeah, it's barely any movement, and like this video is amazing. I need to send it to you. It's only 4 minutes long. I watched it like 3 times in a row. And it's basically like, okay, camera angle at the guy's lap, girl's head is just like on the wiener,
Mhm.
and he's just like stroking her
Oh.
hair, and she's just not moving. She, and then a little bit of movement, and then stop.
And
It
it's
was
in her
just-
mouth or no?
And it's in her mouth.
Oh.
A little bit in the throat, I would
Okay.
venture to say.
Yeah, it eventually got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it really did it for me.
Ooh, I love discovering new things, especially when it's like softer and sweeter.
Yeah. Yeah, that really hit.
I'm like, I don't need to see someone like ripping apart an asshole anymore.
Right? No more.
No.
No more of that.
No. Cock warming, that's so cute.
Yeah. I want to make a video like that.
I found this video recently that I really liked. That is made by this. All right, it's kind of weird. It's like I forget the title. Something shamancito.
Shamancito? Little shaman? Little Mexican shaman. What?
I believe Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah, this couple from Spain. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
He's like a medicine man.
What?
And like makes a house call to help her. She's like fully coughing, like seems fully sick.
Oh!
It's crazy. And he's like doing these like, some body work on her. And she's like Shamancito, like, and and he's like, I have to pass through your whole body, like I have to like move this energy for you. And he goes to the putty. And she's like, no, like, what are you doing, Shamancito? And he's like, no, like this is the hottest part of the body, like this is where all the energy is. If I don't work this whole like service is not worth it. And then I'm sure you can guess what else happens, but
So some religious manipulation is what I'm hearing.
I feel like that tracks for me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's sexy. I'll send it.
Shamancito.
Shamancito.
Cook me paella.
It's
Quick.
time to go to college.
Wait, we gotta cover the Grammys.
Okay,
bro.
cover the Grammys in 3 bullet points. Go.
Okay, I just want to say that Jaden Smith, his mind palace, I'm like,
He was making a house call.
I'm just like, listen, I love some quirked up behavior and decisions. That thing looked like something you buy for your dog at Petco. It looked like a cat toy house.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, listen, if it wasn't so like abrupt, like it could have like, if it had like melded in with his like physical form, or maybe had some like some metallic structures on it, like been actually
I liked
cool
that it
looking.
was. I like that it was black on black, matte on matte. Personally,
Okay, that's fine. But
any
why,
glitter and it would.
but
be...
it looked like a child drew like a house. It didn't look nice. Like it could have been cool, but I feel like it looked like a dog toy.
I saw this video of this like red carpet correspondent.
Was it the guy who's like,
You look
"You
retarded,"
look retarded,"
and he
he's
goes,
like,
"Thank you, bro."
That cracked me
Yeah, I
up.
know. I loved
He's
that.
like, "Hey, Jaden, you look retarded, bro." Hey, thank you, bro.
I think that was the whole point.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about it right now.
Right. And guess what else everyone else is talking about? Miss Uncensored Sensori herself.
Easy.
When I'm talking about full clam on the Grammys red carpet, I mean, I zoomed in, okay?
no lips. Lips were out, but no lips.
Lips are out, but no lips. I'm like, can you imagine if she had an Audi? The outrage about the Audi. Because when there's an Audi, all of a sudden it's way more like salacious. It's way more uncensored. It's way more like porny and explicit. If she had some danglers on that red carpet, forget it. She would be taken away in handcuffs.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong.
But I feel like you've done more research on.
I can't decide. I don't know how to feel. I will just say that moment will haunt me forever. I've had multiple dreams about it. Literally that night I had such a scary dream that Kanye West was like completely obsessed with me at this event and was like stalking me basically and then assaulted me, but gave me a back massage. So I don't know what to make with that. But
I mean, there is a lawsuit against him.
About that?
His old assistant.
I mean, he's absolutely assaulted people.
Yeah. I'm going to read the Azalea Banks tweet. All right. Y'all really have no clue how crazy this dude Kanye breath is. It's like somebody died in his mouth. Every time he gets up there to go out of his way to disrespect a black woman in randomly, it's like, bruh. And how you calling Kamala a loser when you tried running for president and no one took you seriously?
Oh.
Kamala actually made it to the White House. Trump and Elon ain't even invite you to the little shindig. Oh my God. I just don't understand how he does not see how fucking stupid and gay he looks every time. Like, how you gotta be stupid and gay? Why can't you just be the black Elon John and give legendary black Bucci and call it a day? I feel so offended every time he's on some sexual harassment shit, because imagine a gay dude randomly screaming to the world about having sex with you while his breath smell like he ate ass in WeHo. LMAO, oh my God. And then she goes into why his breath smells, and she says it's like from this car accident where he like
through the wire. Your stank ass breath through the wire.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm not an Azalea stan, or even I can't even say I know that much about her, but I know something.
But protect her at all.
I know that she's hilarious.
Apparently the publicity stunt was like in part because he's like dropping a women's line for Yeezy, and it's just like, bro, leave it to Kim. Like, of course this is what a man designs for a woman to wear.
That?
Yeah.
Okay. If anyone is like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Kanye and his wife were on the red carpet. She comes out with this huge coat, turns around, takes the coat off. Whoa, she's naked. Then she turns around to show clam in full areolae. And
big ass titties. Sorry to objectify, but if she was my wife, I'd be like,
I do just feel like
show
in
me
certain
the titties.
situations, like if someone's gonna objectify my videos, it's like, yeah, duh. If someone's gonna objectify you when you pull a stunt like that with, I don't know, dare I say children around? Dare I say,
yikes,
like,
honey.
it's a objectification stunt.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we're allowed to talk about her biddies in this scenario.
Oh my God. Yeah. That was one for the books.
So back on college, you went to a small little gay college for free. I went to an expensive ass university for no reason. And we both had some crazy experiences, I would say.
Yes, I did.
Mhm.
I had forgotten about a lot of them, I guess. And, you know, we put out the blast being like, what are your college memories? And like a lot of my college friends were responding. They were like, I remember a lot about you, ma'am. One of them wrote in and she was like, your topless party was like one of my core memories from college. And I was like, oh, I forgot I threw some extremely legendary parties, including one where it was all ladies. One guy showed up so awkward. We were all like, you need to, and like before I could even finish the sentence, he was like,
Was he invited? Oh, he saw himself out.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's nice.
came with his girlfriend and then he was like, oh my bad, I didn't know it was like
Right.
this kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then girls just started getting naked. We were all just hanging out in my house. There was
Yeah.
like 30, 40 women there. It was
Mhm.
lovely. I was giving stick and pokes because
Right.
that's what your gay ass gotta do.
Yeah.
And I also threw a pretty crazy birthday party for Drake. Definitely the biggest party I've ever thrown.
I'm guessing it was in October.
It was October 24th, and it was after Nothing Was Ever the Same.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, you know, we had the selfie station with like the clouds.
Uh-huh.
Only Drake playlist.
Okay.
It was lit. I mean, I guess it's kind of embarrassing now, but Drake was fully controlling my mind in college.
I feel like college girls just loved Drake.
You have
point
to.
blank. Yeah.
He gets you. He is a college girl.
That's so true.
Literally, it
And
is.
he's like waiting for his bid at the sorority.
But yeah, I would say my freshman year I was pretty criminally wasted.
Mm-hmm, same.
Yeah, gained like 30 pounds. We had this thing called bong off, which is, there was a lot of inappropriate freshman traditions looking back, but bong off is basically where 18-year-old women compete to drink the most alcohol at once through a bong, and you use beer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I won second place on a technicality, but actually, oh my God, training for bong off, like it was the Olympics.
Oh my God.
The first night I bonged like 8 or 9 beers, and I came home, got like blackout. I was blackout. I got into my bunk bed, which was the top bunk. Below that was my desk with my printer on it. Pissed the bed, fully rained down on my printer and destroyed it. And then the next night, I trained again. Or no, the next night was bong off. Lost on a technicality that I'll never let down. And what you win if you win bong off is you get to host it your senior year, which is actually so incriminating.
Wait, I'm like connecting a dot for you right now, or in my head about you, like how competitive you are about board games. I've never seen you play a drinking game, and now I'm realizing like it would be
I'm on 10.
so crazy. Yeah,
No, I'm not well. It's too much Capricorn in the chart, but yeah. I lost bong off and came home and threw up in my bed, and instead of like changing the sheets, I just like started sleeping like flipped around where my feet were like close to the throw up, which is so disgusting. And then the next night I got my period in my bed, and then that's when I said time to change the sheets. And my mom helped me move out freshman year, and she was like, "What happened to this mattress? What is wrong with you,
bro?
What kind of ectoplasma is this freshman year college?
What type of hazardous waste?
Yeah, literally.
Were you eating and ejecting from your body?
Disgusting.
Oh my God. Yeah. College was just embarrassing in a lot of ways, you know? All of our brains are like half cooked. And
I was experimenting a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, which I love looking back. I'm actually it's really been fun revisiting this stuff.
Yeah.
But people went crazy at school.
Dude, people went crazy.
People crossed.
People fully crossed because it's such a huge change.
It's so stressful.
Even if it's close by to where you grew up. Such a huge change, so stressful, so much pressure. And like you're like, okay, I need to make friends. I need to have a friend group. I need to like do well in school. I need to like discover myself and like all these things. And it's also like at the time where, hold on, I have a statistic.
Statistic.
Okay. Well, first of all, half of all Americans drop out of college.
Wow.
Half. Literally half. And psychosis. I was looking into psychosis because I feel like a lot of kids in college cross and never come back. So 3% of all Americans experience or have experienced psychosis, which is more than I was expecting. And most commonly, you experience your first psychotic break from the ages of 18 to 25. So like it's the college time. And yeah, so 1 in every 15 college students experience a psychotic break.
Wow.
1 in 15. Isn't that crazy?
Dude, the guy who became like obsessed with me, his roommate crossed, and he like we were all had theories like maybe there was some kind of freaky mold in their apartment, something was going on. But his roommate had like grown his hair out really long and straggly and started looking pretty. He had always been a little spooky, got really spooky. And then one day he was at the apartments and people were outside, and this, I think it was his TV, gets launched through his window, shatters the glass, like drops to the ground, and everyone's like, what the hell? And he like is running up to this like broken glass of the window, like slamming his hands into it, like screaming,
oh my,
holy,
that is
psychosis.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a really intense time.
Yeah.
Intense school.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, dude. I feel like I have a lot of roommate horror stories, and I feel like I was somebody else's roommate horror story as well, not gonna lie. But one story that I heard about on TikTok really stuck with me. It was like so crazy and kind of comical. Basically, this group of 3 girls needed another girl to move in to get this like off-campus apartment. So they got a random one, and she moves in, and she's like kind of normal but not. She's like, I'm a valedictorian, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And they're kind of like, okay, that's a lot. I don't know if you're necessarily telling the truth. And one day she sent a picture to the group chat being like, who drank my juice, you know? And they're all like, we didn't drink your juice. And she goes, that's how we want to play it? And they were like, what? Like, we don't drink like white grape juice. It was something really specific. And she was like, okay, well, you guys are asking for it. They come home. The juice is on a table with like a Pixar lamp on it in the fully black room.
Interrogation room.
And she's not there. She just set that up for them to come home to.
Okay.
It's not over.
Right.
They're all like, what? They just think it's like funny. They think she's kind of like doing a bit. And they're like, okay, LOL. And then She sends another weird text. She sends a Joker meme to the group chat being like, there's only one thing left for me to do or something like that. And they were like, what? And then so the next morning, the girl who's making the video like comes out into the living room. She had flipped everything in the apartment upside down, like couches, tables, chairs.
Not one of those.
The microwave. And she had put up a Joker poster.
Hey, she's just a fun guy, you know? She just got pranks.
She had put up a Joker poster.
I'm the juicer, baby.
So I just love that they like, I don't know, they like did a formal complaint and she like got kicked out of school. I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy.
Oh my God. Okay, that reminds me
Or kicked out of housing.
That reminds me of the story from my college where before the night before they were doing RA checks, like at the end of the year where the RA comes and makes sure your apartment is like clean enough for you not to have to pay any damages, you know?
Okay, yep.
So it's the night before that. And these boys who had this like very party oriented apartment, they were like staring at their staircase because they'd had so many parties there that like people had been like grinding and like dancing near the stair rail. And there was like blue denim ass prints like all going up the like paint on their walls.
Stop.
So they were like, we literally have to paint over this because it's like so stained. And they like take a picture with their iPhone in their like horrendous lighting, go to Home Depot to match the paint, come back, the paint is like way oranger than the paint in their apartment, and they literally ended up having to paint their whole apartment and stayed up all night to do it.
Wow, this must have been before Magic Erasers because that would have taken care of it like that. Shout out Magic Erasers.
So true.
Sponsor us. I love those.
I do too.
But it's also kind of like, what is it?
I try not to ask myself that.
Because have you seen the movie Envy with Ben Stiller and Jack Black?
No.
Okay, it's an amazing film. But Jack Black creates this invention to make dog poo disappear called vaporize. And Ben Stiller's like, that's so dumb. He's like, you can get in on the ground floor. This is going to blow up. And Ben Stiller's like, no, like, you're so stupid. And then it blows up and he becomes like a billionaire because obviously everybody wants that. And then it turns out, and Amy Poehler is his wife and she ends up running for like Congress or something. But turns out that like the chemicals were so bad, and then he gets canceled. Like, it's a whole thing. And then he, spoiler alert, comes up with a new invention, flan to go, so you can eat flan in the car. It's a good movie.
Oh well, Mr. Clean would never lie to me with that bald head. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any good submissions. I'm just gonna read a few. I don't have much to say about them. This guy said, I had sex once during college. Pretty crazy. Where's this other one that I liked? I never went out to parties and was socially disconnected. Woke up at age 25.
That's real. I understand you.
Let's see. Lots of bodily fluids. Now, I don't know about this one. They said, got puked on my first hookup ever, fisted for the first time, and got pooed on.
That all happened in one night?
I'm thinking... Based
Something
on the way
wasn't
they wrote it,
there.
I'm thinking they first hook up, they got puked on, and then I think during college they were fisted for the first time and got pooed on, which is
okay.
wild.
That makes they got fisted and someone pooed on them.
Mm-hmm.
Someone pooed on them while fisting them.
I believe separate events.
That is crazy. Still never been fisted. Just gonna throw that.
Fisted. Sorry.
Fasted.
Closing thoughts on college.
Happy I went, but it was also very, very dark and disturbed time in my life.
Yeah, my mental health was very rocky the entire time. And I always felt like I wasn't doing enough. And I always was like, I'm not really like getting as much out of this as I should be. But looking back, I feel like that was actually driving me to do truly batshit insane things.
Yeah.
I will say I did do this performance piece in college where I wore the same outfit every day for a semester. Which looking back, I'm like, that was so sick of me. And at the time I was like, is this like the stupidest thing I've ever done? And like, yes, but wasn't that kind of the point? And it was really fun.
Yeah.
And I remember going to class one day, like a couple months into it. And one of the kids in class was like asking me about it. And the teacher came in and he was like, what are you guys talking about? And I was like, I've been wearing this outfit every day for like almost 3 months. And he was like, you're lying. And I was like, no, I'm not. And he was like, are you serious? And had this like breakdown of like, I didn't even notice that. That's so insane. And like,
whoa.
yeah, lots of interesting realizations from that one. Lots of experimenting with nudity in college. Like that's when I started nude modeling.
Mm-hmm.
I was throwing my little
Me
naked
too.
parties. I was in a photography class and like every single time I was like, we would like have to do a presentation. I was like, yep, it's my tits again. Like I'm naked again in front of my whole class, and people were literally taking pictures of like buildings and like trees and like not giving a shit about that class.
Well, they didn't have the artistic eye.
There were like 3 of us in that class that took it like so seriously. We were like on our own journeys.
Yeah, I'd say at the beginning, first 2 years of college, I was an absolute mess and problematic in so many ways. And then the second half of college, I really overcorrected and like overcompensated for it, and was like, did all the readings, like was so into school, and yeah, got super woke and militant and aggressive towards everyone who didn't have the same exact education as me or whatever. Like just, yeah, causing problems. Honestly, both versions of me, I guess, were causing problems, but but yeah, I got really into school by the end and was like really proud of the work that I had done once I graduated. So that's cool. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough for sure. Wanted to drop out a lot of times. Not really because of like the workload, but because of like the social load.
Yeah, I think I was very blessed by going to like a tiny ass school of like 1,000 people. But everyone I know who went to universities, they were like, I wanted to leave this earth for years.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find like a social niche at big universities like that.
Yeah, and I didn't. I feel like I can kind of like get along with anybody out of survival, and that's like what a lot of my college experience was like. And I was always kind of like going into somebody else's friend group that was already established. And in the beginning, they like loved me and thought I was crazy and like, you know, oh my God, like she's so funny, we love her, haha. And then I was always kind of like chewed up and spit out by friend groups, I would say. And I just like wasn't the best person either because I was a teenager.
Literally.
You know?
I know. I feel like I was just learning like about like ethics in college, like my own ethical code and like what does it mean to be a good person.
Yeah.
I feel like I was so disconnected from that in high school. I was like, my like,
oh God.
I know, like my method in high school, I was like, I would see people and like know people like these like beautiful women who I went to school with who I was like trying to like imitate to like understand like why they were a good person. And it was like never really connecting in my soul, I feel like, because I don't know. I was not like, I feel like I wasn't encouraged to like discover those things growing up. It was just kind of like I was raised in a Christian household and you're just like, you're supposed to be Christian and you don't need to think about it. So college was definitely like a time where I was like, oh, I was like meeting people who were so smart and like considerate of how they acted in the world and like, yeah, just trying to understand what that was.
Everyone is a really good person, and then you go through puberty, and then everything is challenged. And then, like, once you're done with that, like, hormone... Animalistic, feral bullshit, and, like, just... yeah. You're challenged, and, like, you become kind of a shitty person, and then you have to grow back out of that.
Yeah.
It's, like... I always think about that Ursula K. Le Guin book, The Left Hand of Darkness. Have you read that?
I haven't read that one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you know what? We're over time, and I don't know how to tie these bows.
And I literally have so much to say still.
I know so many memories have came back to me about college.
Wait, let's do. Well, if you guys
college
like
part 2,
college part 2 for the Patreon, maybe we can.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I can really go into it.
Yeah,
because
that's great.
Yeah.
Now we have our next Patreon episode.
Oh my God, perfect. College part 2 on Patreon, where I'm really gonna spill some tea about myself.
Okay, guys, what a ride.
Yeah.
We rode you guys. We hope you came. And we know you guys have like a million things you can listen to in the world, and you chose to be here, and that's really awesome of you. And yeah, thanks for being our friends.
Because obviously we need some of those. Yeah, thanks for listening. And now it is time for us
to go offline.